What's going on, guys? It's Will and welcome back to the Booster Automotive YouTube channel. I thought I'd give this sort of regular upload thing a go, or at least try. I don't have much content to film at the moment, but no one's ever seen this. I realise I've never done a video on this thing, and this is my daily driver. And a lot of people are going to be like, what the hell, why are you daily driving that? Why are you something comfortable? And that's because I'm simply a child. So this is my 2005, that took me a minute. Yeah, this is my 2005 Honda Civic Type R. It's a Premier Edition. I know it doesn't have the seats before anyone in the comments starts going, "Who's going to the seat?" And it's had a fair amount of decent work done to it, to be honest. I've put a cage in it. It's all polybush. It's got all new suspension. It's a weapon on these kind of roads, to be honest. It's really fun. But this video is about daily driving it, so we will jump in it in a minute. Just want to show you around first. Okay, so obviously this is the reason everybody clicked on this video. Yeah, that's the main attraction right there, and this makes it very noisy. However, this also stiffens up the car a hell of a lot and makes it an absolute blast to drive on roads like this. That was fast. That was fast. As I was saying, it does like to eat fuel, but that's exactly what this video is about. I'm going to let you know what it's like to daily drive such an old Civic with a cage. So if you are interested, do carry on. It's got quite a lot of mods, but there isn't many power mods. They will be in future. It's just, you know, these cars have locked ECUs, for those of you that don't know, which means it's a lot of money to get one mapped. It costs you about at least £800 to get it ready for mapping and to get it mapped, so that's why I've not done that yet, but you do gain quite decent power figures from it, so I will be quite excited to see what kind of power figures we do get from it. However, this video, like I said, is about daily driving it, so I'm going to jump into the driver's seat now and I'm going to take up and down this road and I'm going to let you know what it's like, and you can see for yourself what it's like to daily drive a car with a full cage, well, half cage. So here we are, guys, in the driver's seat of my EP3, and yes, this is my daily driver. I know that's a shock to most people, because most people prefer your comfortable BMWs and that kind of thing. But that noise is the reason I drive this every day. I'll put the windows up, it's probably a little bit noisy in here. So I've owned this car for around, well, that's an interesting story in itself, but I've owned this car for probably around, in total, 3 years, 3 years, but it's been through quite a few different iterations. It's actually had a new shell because the original shell was rotten, so it's technically a different car, but obviously all the running gear and all that stuff is the same. So yeah, it didn't always have a cage in it. When I bought it, it was pretty stock. It just had an exhaust and some lowering springs. And I've done this to it because I'm an idiot. There's some absolute fucking saucy. There you go, you've just seen him probably. Little dickhead. In a 2-litre diesel A3, thinking it's a race car. Well done. Someone needs to tell him it's not. But yeah, this car, I've always wanted an EP3, and I always wanted a grey one. And I know this car does have the standard seats, but it is actually a Premier Edition. It's just because obviously the shell, these are the seats out my old shell, my old car wasn't a Premier Edition, this is. But yeah, no, you know what? It's pretty comfortable, and I know that's questionable. But it's quite it's a comfortable ride. It's stiff, but it's not ridiculous. Like if I go over a bump, I'll feel it, but I'm not going to be jolted out my seat. The seats though, these standard EP3 seats are not the one. I've sat in an FN2, and the seats in that are 10 times better, and I imagine the Premier Recaros are also better. Sorry if you can hear that rattle, that's my exhaust bouncing off the subframe because my exhaust is bent. That's a whole other story. I need a new exhaust. Yeah, the seats aren't too comfortable, but that's only on a long journey. Like a journey like this, I've been driving for around half an hour now. Because obviously I drove up to this spot and I'm not uncomfortable. It's a little stiff, but I'm okay. drove a Mark 1 MX-5 for like 2 years, so this is luxury to me. There will be more on that on the channel at some point as well. I will put my foot down once this traffic has cleared up. The cage has made it significantly louder, so if you are looking to put a cage in your Civic, just note that. Like, it's a lot louder because obviously the rear seats are all cloth and foam, so it does dampen the sound quite a lot. But it's a lot stiffer. It doesn't lift off oversteer anywhere near as much. I'm just pulling over now to make sure the camera's still recording. Okay, can confirm camera is all good. I've just bought a GoPro Hero 10 and I've never used a GoPro before. I thought I'd treat myself, so just make sure everything was still recording, and it is, so we're perfect. The road's a little bit quieter now, so I can put my foot down, and you'll see why I like driving this car so much. Obviously, as a commuter, I don't do that many miles anymore, so it's not too bad. But you know, you can't really put your foot down. So when I get a chance to on a road like this, I take the opportunity. I was saying it's not that bumpy, but this road's ridiculous. I don't even know where I am. I just went on Google Maps and looked at a country road and was like, I think I have driven up here before though. It does have a short shifter, so it does make the gear changes that little bit better. But this car does just handle beautifully. I've got PS5s on the front. I do have mismatched on the rear. I know, I'm a silly boy. That will be resolved soon. Come on, get away. The gearbox in this car is just brilliant. Like, at slow speeds, the clutch and everything is pretty temperamental. Like, you'll be juddering a lot. But when you do get it up into those revs, the changes are so smooth, the clutch is spawn, and it's very, very, very easy to drive this car fast. As you can probably hear in the video, gear changes are nice and crisp. I've got a buddy club weighted gear knob, and just I can't even remember what the short shifter is. I'm pretty sure it came in the car, but it does the job. And on a day like this, where it's nice and warm and the roads are extra warm, my PS5s are putting the power down nicely. I had some Bridgestone Taranzas before this, and I know they're not like a sports tyre, but I used to do quite a lot more miles until I got my new job, so I sort of needed a tyre that lasts a little bit longer. So I got the Taranzas, and to be completely honest with you, they were shit. Like, when I first got them, they were fine, but after a couple of months, they were just not that good. Like, I don't know. But yeah, I am looking at a potential new project for the channel as well, because I do really want to take this thing a little bit more seriously, because I not to toot my own horn, I seem to get a few hundred views every time I upload, so I'm like, people are clearly interested, and it's something I enjoy doing, so I'm going to start putting a little bit more time into it. I might, don't hold me to this, I may have a project lined up for the channel. It's very weird, it's not something I'd usually buy. It's a Volkswagen Audi group car that I really wouldn't buy, but it seems like it's a really good deal, and it's crash damaged. Not heavily, but it does have some damage, so that would be a cool thing to make some videos on. That's not set in stone yet, that's just fingers crossed that it might come through. If it does, it's a very good deal, and you will see that on the channel. But yeah, we will have some more videos coming on the MX-5 too soon, because the MX-5 needs a lot of love. I've had that car since I was about 19, and I always wanted one, and I've sort of grown out of the Japanese phase a little bit. Like, you know, I'd like a BMW, there's a couple of other guys, like, you know, you sort of grow up, but that's a car I'll probably keep forever, just because I always wanted one, and I achieved it, and it was the spec I wanted, and I didn't get paid that much when I was 19, so I was happy that I was able to pick one up. So that's a car I'll definitely keep forever. This is as well. If you knew how much I'd spent on this, Jesus Christ. But yeah, I don't know, if any of you are planning on daily driving a caged Civic, if you come from an old car, it's fine. If you come from something modern, it's not for the faint-hearted. Like, my mate's got a 3 Series and it's nothing special, it's not even an M Sport or anything, it's an E91. And I felt like a king being sat in that thing. So it's not for the faint-hearted, but it is a fast little car when you do take it on the right road. It does handle very, very well. Yeah, and obviously, you know, with your average, how old is this now? 19, 20-year-old car? Yeah, 19 years old. There are a fair few rattles and knocks and the usual. Obviously, I actually crashed the old shell of this, had a minor accident, and it bent the exhaust. And we've put that exhaust on this car, but it's bent, so it bangs off the subframe. So that's a horrendous noise when it does that. It doesn't always do it, but when it does, it catches you off guard. As well, what else is there? There's just, I don't know, just little rattles, obviously. See, it's got no interior, really. It's got no rear interior, so like anytime you run over any stones or anything, there's those rattles too. But, you know, this is what I signed up for. And I don't mind too much. I don't know. I'm going to get another car at some point, and this won't be used every single day, but I'll probably still use it a fair bit. I'm going to get, looking at probably some kind of BMW, an older one. I don't know, I like BMWs. I was looking at potentially, it'd be some saving, but an E92 M3. I've just got a new job that pays a little bit better, so looking at potentially an E92 M3. Looking at, I was looking at an old 7 Series, which is definitely a terrible idea, like an E38, because I think they're gangster. But for the time being, I don't need anything crazy, so I'd probably end up with, like, I don't know, I'd probably end up with like an E46 or something, like a 330, or an E90 of some kind. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'd really like to get something a bit crazy. To be honest with you, like a W204 C63 or an E92 M3. That'd be really cool, because I don't do mega miles anymore, so I could get something that drinks fuel, because I can afford to fuel. At my old job, I worked about 20 miles away, so driving that every day would have killed me. But now I'm about 4 miles, so I can probably, you know, I can have something that drinks a little bit more petrol, like this. Now I'm no longer on the motorway. Oh yeah, speaking of that, that's a good thing we'll talk about. MPG. It doesn't have an MPG gauge, but it gets somewhere in the 20s on the motorway. I used to do about 250 miles a week, and that was a full tank, which is about 70 quid, and that's like, I wasn't getting paid too well, so that was not great. Now I'm using like 20 to 30 quid a week. It's beautiful, if that. Like, I'm using like just over a quarter of a tank, and it's absolutely wonderful. So yeah, if you do a lot of motorway miles, this definitely isn't the car for you, unless you've got deep pockets. Probably get something diesel, to be honest. But around town, I wouldn't say the MPG is too bad. I don't know what it is, because it doesn't tell you, but the gauge doesn't move as much, I can tell you that much. Yeah, this one does have a select few issues. Like, I've currently got an airbag light, which is a bit scary. I don't know why. It just came on one day. It came on and never went away. Like, I don't know. I need to sort that. And I've got, it's had an aftermarket cat installed, and it's crap. I didn't do this. And it keeps throwing up a O2 sensor light. Like, there's nothing wrong with the O2 sensor, but obviously it's reading incorrect figures, so the car's a bit confused. So I need to get a sports cat at some point, just to sort it out, because I want to do it properly. I don't want to cheap out on this car. I try my best not to. I don't want to cheap out on the MX-5 anymore either, because like I did that, and like it's just a bit tacky. So it's time to do things properly. Go on, I'll do a little pull. Oh, another thing, this car, it's a Honda, and if you like to use VTEC like I do, because I'm a child, then it will drink oil, hence me having this carton of oil in the door. So, you know, that's another thing just to bear in mind. Yeah, but, you know, sort of expected with these things, to be honest with you. I found a lay-by. Hey, there we go. So guys, that just about wraps it up for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. It's something that I've never done before, so please do feel free to leave feedback in the comments down below. There'll be more of this car on the channel and more of the MX-5 and potentially some kind of crash damage build sooner rather than later, I'm hoping, because that's something I've always wanted to do. And I might have it looks like there's a good deal coming up for me soon, as I mentioned earlier, so fingers crossed that comes through. But yeah, let me know what you'd like to see with this car. Let me know what kind of mod you'd like to see, because I'm always open Fridays. Same with MX-5. Let me know what you'd like to see done to that. And yeah, please do subscribe for more content in the future, because I am looking to try and go full steam ahead with this. Just sometimes thinking of content isn't the easiest idea. So, you know, any recommendations will be appreciated. So yeah, please like, subscribe, all that usual stuff, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Goddamn, I feel amazing. Damn, I'm in the matrix. My mind is living on cloud nine, and this line is never on vacation. Start up that Maserati and vroom, vroom, I'm racing. Popping pills in the lobby, and I pray they don't find her naked. And I pray you niggas is aging. Shooters go after Judas. Jesus Christ, if I live